the seventh in the world, actually. And when compared to young universities, we come as number 173 worldwide. And here at the university, we have more than 8,000 international students coming from more than 127 countries in total. And we actually have more than 71,500 alumni, graduates of BAU. So now let's check together our campuses. Just like BAU has campuses all around the world and universities all around the world, in Istanbul itself, we actually have a total of 6 campuses. So depending on the program that you'll be studying in a different campus. So the first campus that we'll be talking about, which you'll be watching its video right now, is the Beşiktaş South Campus, where we're contacting you from and where the registration process is going to start at. So this is where our international office is located at. Let's watch this video together.
BAU campus, Bahçeşehir University's new campus, is now open. Situated on the shores of the Bosphorus, BAU campus is a new academic hub where knowledge becomes production and ideas turn into projects. It features high-tech laboratories, AI-powered research infrastructure, a convention center hosting international events, interdisciplinary workspaces, and unique facilities. From engineering to design, from data science to creative production, dozens of disciplines come together under the BAU campus roof, where BAU students are shaping the future. Through global events and inspiring interactions, BAU campus brings academia, business, and creative thinking side by side, offering students a truly multidimensional vision. BAU students deepen their academic research in high-quality work environments and experience the smart campus with both physical and digital resources. BAU Club ensures that the connections formed during student life continue for a lifetime, supported by a strong alumni network spanning the globe. Blending a deeply rooted university tradition with an innovative perspective, BAU campus is shaping the future of science, technology, and higher education. In the heart of Istanbul, a next-generation campus where dreams are transformed into projects. BAU campus.
Yes, that was a quick video. Guys, another time, please keep your mics muted while we'll go into the presentation. You'll have enough time to open it later on and ask your questions. So moving on, now that we've had our tour of the South Campus, let's talk about which classes or which programs are taught here. So if you're interested in programs that are under the Faculty of Engineering and Natural Sciences, such as biomedical engineering, molecular biology and genetics, artificial intelligence engineering, computer engineering, software engineering, or perhaps even artificial intelligence engineering, we also have other programs. All of them are listed over here, from industrial to energy systems to management to mechatronics as well, electric and electronics engineering. You'll be studying in this campus. Our newest program is also the Information Security Technology program, which basically stands for cybersecurity. So if you're interested in cybersecurity, you can apply for the Information Security Technology program. All of those are taught in English and are 4-year-long programs, so they are a bachelor's degree. In the same campus, if you're a student who's interested in a program under the Faculty of Economics, Administrative, and Social Sciences, like I used to, where, for example, you could apply for programs such as Business Administration, Economics, Economics and Finance, or International Finance, International Trade and Business, Logistics Management, Psychology, Sociology, and Political Science, International Relations, and so on, as you can see on the screen. Also, we have one more program that is taught in this campus, which is the English language teaching program, to which we offer up to a 30% scholarship. As you can see, that's why we have the arrow right next to the program. One more program that I'll be talking about here would be the law program, which is not actually taught in this campus specifically, but it is 2 minutes away from here, and it has its own faculty and its own building, and that would be the law program, which is taught 70% in Turkish and 30% in English. That is why you have the TR sign next to the program's name. For the rest of the programs, as you can see, there is no TR sign because they are all taught in English. Now, moving on, in this campus, actually, now that we've talked about the undergraduate programs that are taught here, you should also know that when it comes to master's programs or graduate programs, let's say, they are also taught in this campus. However, for master's programs, there are evening classes starting from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. And when it comes to master's and the language of instruction of these programs, you will choose the language when you're picking your program. So let's check some of our master's programs together. So for example, under the Graduate School of Social Sciences, you'll find programs such as financial technologies, international trade and law, trade law, private law, IT law, capital markets and commercial law, advanced acting. You have clinical psychology, cinema and television. For those who are interested in media, executive MBA, marketing and global affairs, game design, gastronomy and culinary arts. All these programs are offered under the Graduate School of Social Sciences. As you can see for master's programs, right next to the program, let's take capital markets and finance as an example for you to better understand. Right next to it, you have the ENG sign, which means that this program is only offered in the English language, contrary to clinical psychology that is offered in both English and Turkish language. So you get to pick the language of instruction for clinical psychology. Well, for capital markets and finance, it is only available in the English language. Also, you also find the T and NT signs over here. These annotations stands for whether the program is a thesis program or a non-thesis programs. So for thesis programs, they are basically 2-year long, and for the non-thesis programs, they are 1.5 years long. The only difference is in the second year. So first year, all the students are having their classes from 7 to 10 p.m. And then in the second year, if they're doing the thesis program, they'll be working on the theses. And for the non-thesis programs, they only have 1 semester. So since it's a 1.5 years program, well, they'll be doing their graduation projects there. That's the difference between thesis and non-thesis. If you're interested in continuing your PhD studies later on, you should pick a thesis program for your master's. So that's for social sciences. We still have the MBA, as I mentioned, music, philosophy, supply chain and logistics management, sound technologies as well, as you can see. Now moving on to the Naturals and Applied Sciences Graduate School, and here we're talking mainly more about architecture program, engineering-related programs such as electronics engineering, cybersecurity, and energy systems operations and technologies, industrial engineering, information technologies, interior design, mechatronic engineering, bioengineering. As you can see, pretty much all of these programs are taught in the English language. And again, you get to pick for some whether it's a thesis or a non-thesis program. Now, the third graduate school would be the Health Sciences Graduate School, under which you'll find programs such as neuroscience, chiropractic, family counseling, sports management, physiotherapy and rehabilitation, nutrition and dietetics, and sports nutrition, physiotherapy, or management. So these are the programs offered under the Health Sciences Graduate School. And then our last graduate school would be for Educational Sciences, under which we only offer 1 program, which is the English Language Education Program. It is taught in English, but it's also offered as both a thesis and non-thesis program. Also, for masters, we also offer online programs. Now, for online programs, they're all non-thesis programs, as you can see. So they're all 1.5 years, and you don't have to come to Turkey to study these programs. You can do it from your home country, and you can select these programs when you're applying for BAU. And that would be all of our master's programs. So before we get back to our undergraduate studies, let's talk about the scholarship opportunities for master programs. Now, for master programs, actually for thesis programs more specifically, those that are 2-year long, the tuition fee of the entire program is actually $14,000. However, we do offer a 25% scholarship for students who have a GPA that is above 2.7 out of 4 in their bachelor degrees, which will narrow down the price of thesis programs to $10,500 for the entire program. And this fee is paid in 3 installments. So in each installment, students pay $3,500. However, for non-thesis programs, the fee of the entire program for 1.5 years would be $12,000. With the 25% scholarship, it becomes $9,000, which is again payable in 3 installments. Only clinical psychology and executive MBA have different fees. So for the entire programs, they are at $18,000. After the scholarship, it would be $13,500. Again, payable in 3 installments. The only programs to which we do not offer scholarships for master programs, that would be the distance or online programs, which tuition fees are $7,000, again, payable in 3 installments. Now that we've talked about all our master's programs and the scholarship opportunities that are offered to these programs, let's go to our second campus, which is called the North Campus. Now, this campus is mainly known for the architecture and design faculty, under which you'll find the undergraduate program of architecture, industrial design, interior architecture, environmental design, and even the textile and fashion design program. Also, in the same campus, you'll find the applied sciences faculty, under which you'll find the program of gastronomy and culinary arts. And the students of gastronomy and culinary art have their own restaurant right next to the campus over here, where they work on their delicious meals and cuisines. We also have the pilotage program, which is pretty much the only program that has a double fee, as you can see over here. That's because for pilotage students, they have practical courses and theoretical courses. The 22,000 euros, that's the fee of the AFA Academy, the flight academy, with which they will be completing their ATPL licenses, and PPL license. And then a $1,000 fee, that would be the university's fee for theoretical courses. This is the fee that could be paid into installments once each semester. One more faculty we'll find over here. So if you're interested in programs such as nursing, nutrition, dietetics, physiotherapy and rehabilitation, or geology, you will be studying in this campus under the health sciences faculty. Again, for these programs, as you can see from the arrow, we offer up to a 30% scholarship for these programs. Moving on to the third campus, which is actually my second favorite myself. It's called the Galata campus because you can see the Galata monument of Istanbul from the last floor of this of our campus. And it's a campus that is mainly for the communication faculty. I'd like to call these students the creative minds because these are the students that deal with design and have courses or programs such as advertising, cartoon animation, digital game design, film and television, communication and design, new media, PR and publicity. And again, for these programs as well, we offer up to a 30% scholarship. As soon as you apply, when accepted, you'll get the scholarship. That's for the communication faculty in the Galata campus. Fourth campus would be our conservatory campus named Pera, under which you'll find only conservatory programs, which are taught 70% in Turkish and 30% in English, and under which you'll find programs such as music, music technologies, vocal training, and performing arts. Again, for these programs, we offer the up to 30% scholarships. Lastly, here we'll be talking about the medical schools here at BAU, and here we'll be talking about more than one campus actually. So if you're a student who's interested in the medicine program here at BAU, it is taught in English for 6 years, and it has its own campus in the Asian side of Istanbul, next to which you'll find the medical hospital where students do their training starting from their first year to the 6th year, but of course the trainings gets heavier and heavier starting from 3rd year. What is specific to BAU when it comes to the medicine program is that our students not only study the Turkish curriculum in the English language, but at the same time, they will be studying the American curriculum. Therefore, by the time they finish their studies, they can sit for the USMLE exam, which is the medical board exam of the United States, and continue their studies in the US if they wish to. The second program I'll be mentioning here would be the dental medicine program. Now, for the dental medicine program, it is 5-year long in English again. It has its own campus in the European side of Istanbul, in Beşiktaş, and right above the campus, students have the dental hospital in which they will be doing their rotations along with their professors and treating patients over there. The third program I will be mentioning now, and this way we conclude all of the programs that are offered here at BAU, would be the pharmacy program, which is taught for 5 years in English here at the university. Now, to answer the question that you probably have in mind and will be asking me the most about, it would be the scholarships. Now, here at BAU, we offer what is called the Academic Achievement Award to all students who, after finishing their first year, they become the first or the second in their departments. But other than that, if you're looking for a scholarship before you enter the university, you'll only get one as long as you're applying for one of the programs that are mentioned here. So basically, programs that we have mentioned, which are programs under the communication faculty, the English language teaching program, the gastronomy and culinary art program, health sciences programs as well, of conservatory programs as well. These are the only programs to which when you apply, you will get a scholarship at the beginning. Other than that, of course, we have the sibling scholarship. So if you and your sibling are both going to be studying a bachelor degree here at BAU, both of you will be entitled for a 10% discount. Other than that, our university pushes its students to go for double majors and minors. So once you're at BAU, if your GPA after your first year is above 3 out of 4, you can go ahead and select any other major pretty much and study it for free. And this way you'll be studying 2 majors for the price of 1. If your GPA is lower than 3 but above 2.5, you can go ahead and select a minor and study it for free as well. If you're too good of a student and your GPA is higher than 3 out of 4, you can actually do a double major and a minor. This way, you'll graduate with 3 diplomas for the price of 1. So these are the scholarship and opportunities that are offered at the university, but opportunities at BAU do not cease. Now here, I would like to bring your attention to our career office here at the university that is located at the South Campus. It's called Co-op. Now, Co-op does many things, whether it is organizing booth camps for firms, or whether it is sharing open internship and job opportunities to all students regardless of their department. But mainly the best thing that they do, in my personal belief, that is only available at BAU would be their own courses. So you as a student, starting from your second year, you'll be able to select your courses, and you'll have general courses that you'll be picking from. You'll find languages, but at the same time, you'll find courses that are named this way. For example, you have Netflix series script writing. You have, for example, with Amazon's Academy, you have cloud computing fundamentals. With Mercedes-Benz, you have commercial vehicle engineering. For example, one of the courses that I've taken myself would be with the United Nations for Sustainable Management. And pretty much every semester, you have around 250 to 300 courses that are given from firms that are open for you to select. When you pick one of these courses, it actually means that the recruiter of the firm that you have picked will be coming to teach you, for example, how does Netflix operate in the field of serious script writing. If you picked Mercedes course, then Mercedes-Benz recruiter will be teaching you for an entire semester how does Mercedes operate in the field of vehicle engineering. This way, not only you'll be enlarging your network because you're interacting with a recruiter, but at the same time, this recruiter perhaps would hire you later on, whether it's for a part-time job or a full-time job after you graduate. I can't think of a better opportunity for you to enlarge your networks as international students, honestly. Moving on, since we're talking about a global university, other than our global branches around the world that you could go to, since we're accredited in Europe as well, we also offer the Erasmus exchange programs. So BAU has actually agreements with more than 500 universities in Europe, and you as students starting from your second year, you could apply for the Erasmus program. You could apply for the Erasmus program and study abroad for 1 semester up to a year and abroad, and then come back and continue your studies here at BAU. What is specific to BAU as well is that if you have a mandatory internship, your internship could be conducted through our Erasmus Plus program. So that's for our international opportunities here. But again, we still have more to offer you. So let's say you at BAU have picked one of the programs that are mentioned here. So basically any program from the business faculty, or the architecture programs as well, or the communication and design program. In your 4th year, you could actually request a scholarship from the university, and we would send you to our branch in Berlin for you to study 1 more year there and get your second diploma from Germany. And you will also get an 18-month work permit that would be valid in all European Union for you to be able to find a job in Europe. That's for the dual law program. For the law program, at first I mentioned that it's the Turkish law program and that it's taught 70% in Turkish and 30% in English. While we always suggest to our international students to go for the political science and international relations programs, if you insist on doing the law program, we have another opportunity for you. So BAU has a long-standing partnership with the University of Kansas School of Law. After you finish your law program here at BAU, you could actually go to the University of Kansas School of Law as if you're planning your master's degree there, and you will then earn the right to sit for the bar exam, which is the law exam of the United States. And once you successfully sit for it, you'll be able to practice law in 5 different states, which are New York, California, Washington, Georgia, and Wisconsin. Moving on right now, let's talk about social life here at BAU. While we offer more than 80 clubs at the university, for international students, when we talk about clubs at BAU, we talk about BISC, which is BAU's International Student Committee. Now, this is basically the voice of all international students at the university. And from the moment that you will register, you will be assigned to your community's WhatsApp group, and you'll have there a representative from your community that you as students elect, and with whom you'll be conducting events throughout the academic year. So let's see some of the events that BISC does throughout the year. You have Christmas parties, Independence Days, Halloween events, gaming events, orientation events. Here you have iftar for Ramadan as well. And then, of course, the biggest event of the year, which will be happening this year on the 14th of June in the South Campus of BAU, which is the International Day. I will leave you now to watch a quick video for this event for you to see the diversity at BAU. Hopefully, you'll be able to see your country. So basically, it's an entire event that happens for an entire day for international students to showcase their cultures, whether it is by wearing their traditional clothes or having performances or bringing their traditional foods as well. And it ends with a DJ performance from our conservatory faculty. Now, to sum her up, and before I tell you about the application process, let's talk about why would you pick BAU instead of another university. So here, let's talk about a few points that I summarized for you. So technology-wise, I believe that a certain university should follow certain guidelines when it comes to the innovations that are happening in its own campus. And here, when it comes to BAU, it actually excels in it. And especially when you check the campus, the current South Campus, or the technology parks of BAU, or even the medical facilities, whether it is the hospitals or the campuses itself, since they're equipped with the best facilities and world-class facilities actually for each department. Global, again, this is another point that I believe that should be important for all international students. So, of course, here at BAU, since you'll be having exchange programs to other countries, not only through our own branches or through the Erasmus Plus program, your professors as well have their exchange programs. So you'll be having professors coming from different countries at the same time. You have that. And of course, when it comes to the network of the university or the network that this university will be providing you, whether it is the network of its branches or the BAU global family, let's not forget the network that is already within the university, the 8,500 international students that are here on campus. Also, the third point here would be prestige. And here I'm speaking about the language of the programs, the accreditations of the universities. And here BAU is actually, as we mentioned, is ranked as the first between the first 200 young universities. And mainly most of our programs are taught in the English language. Social life, of course, is important. So other than BISC, we also offer more than 80 clubs. So here, whether it is for basketball, whether it is for tennis, for fashion, or school related for electronic engineering, you'll find your club here at the university. And guess what? Even if we do not have that club, you can open it yourself. So, and plus, even when you're doing double majors here at the university, you'll be actually still sightseeing here in Istanbul, and you'll be going from one campus to another. We actually even have our own boat that would take students from the South Campus to the Galata campus, especially for students that are doing double majors with the communication faculty. Now, let's talk application process. Actually, it is very easy and it wouldn't take more than 5 minutes for you to apply. You just have to go to our website, which is int.bau.edu.tr, and then you put your personal information over there, create your account, select the term that you'll be applying for. And here, when we're talking about the term, I would like to bring your attention to one thing. If you're applying for bachelor programs, please know that at BAU for bachelor programs, we only offer the fall intake. So classes will be starting by the end by late September, but you can only apply for that term. However, for master's or graduate studies, we offer also the spring intake. That is why you'll find the spring term as well. So if you're looking for if you're applying for bachelor programs, make sure to pick fall instead of spring. Once you pick the term, you go ahead and you pick the program to which you want to apply for, and then you fill your personal information, then you fill your educational background, and then you'll be uploading the required documents. So if you're applying for bachelor's or associate programs, as in basically undergraduate programs, we'll ask for your passport copy, your high school transcripts, and your diploma. If you're still in your last year, you don't have to upload your diploma if you haven't received it yet. However, make sure that you upload the last year's first semester's transcript instead. Not mandatory, but definitely good would be to have English standardized tests such as TOEFL IBT or PTE Academic. And if you have these scores, you could actually be exempted from the university's English proficiency exam. However, if you do not have one of these exams, you can just sit for the university's English proficiency exam after you register. If you're applying for master's programs, you'll need your passport copy, you'll need your undergraduate transcripts and undergraduate diploma. Again, not mandatory, optional, but definitely would be a good supportive document to have English standardized tests. Of course, if you're applying for an English program, so if you have a TOEFL IBT, then that would be very highly recommended and would exempt you from the English proficiency exam after registration. If you're applying for a Turkish taught program, the TOMAR B2 certificate is highly recommended. This way you will be exempted from the Turkish proficiency exam after registration. Yes, now we've talked about the application process. You've had your campus tour, and this is how you could reach us, whether it is through email or through Instagram or WhatsApp. So you can go ahead and take a screenshot of this page if you would like to reach us in a different way. I believe my colleagues have already put our email addresses on the chat box. And now we can actually go to our breakout rooms for you to ask your questions and for us to answer them. So now, as you can see on the screen, you'll have two breakout rooms, one for undergraduate and one for graduate. If you're looking for bachelor's or associate degrees, please go ahead and pick the undergraduate room. You'll find me there to answer your questions. If you're applying for master's or PhD, make sure that you pick the graduate room for you to find my colleague there that will be answering all your questions.